Hi, it's Colin Cowherd. I started The Volume to bring you some of the most authentic voices in sports. While you're here, make sure you hit subscribe. Thanks. Well, he's a member of The Volume, has been from almost day one, 12 years in the NFL, multiple Pro Bowls, a Super Bowl winner, played with Brady in New England, has a storied NFL career. Well, I got to tell you something. You got out of this league at the right time, Aqib, because nobody's stopping this.
It's nuts, Colin. It's nuts, man. When these offenses really get going, I don't think there's anything you can do.
I thought Honey Badger's injury really hurt them. Nothing against Gabriel Davis, but yeah. I've always thought Honey Badger is such an instinctive player, Aqib. He's not fast enough to be a great corner. He's not a thumper at safety. But man, he just is at the right place directing traffic. And I thought it hurt when he left.
Yeah, I definitely thought it hurt when he left. And it's besides the play, Colin, I think it's the intangibles that he brings, man. Just the confidence that his presence gonna bring you when he on the field with you. I'm telling you, it's not a lot of those type of guys. Honey Badger is one of those guys, man. When he out there with you, he gonna make the guys who really not that confident, their confidence gonna go up a level. So that's what they really miss without him.
What do you make of Gabriel Davis having 4 touchdowns for the Bills? I mean, he's a good player. He's a solid player, but it was almost as if Kansas City was giving you. They weren't going to let certain players beat you.
Right.
That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. They really left him one-on-one, and he just won his one-on-one matchup all night, whether it was Snead or it ain't matter who it was, man. No matter what guy they put on him, he won his one-on-one matchup, and that's what the Chiefs said. If somebody going to beat us, it's not going to be Diggs. Ward did a great job on Diggs all night. The safety kind of leaned towards Diggs all night, and Gabriel Davis had the one-on-ones, and he did a great job dominating his matchups tonight.
You know, it's interesting. Tyreek Hill has sort of a Deion Sanders level speed, but Deion was a corner and Tyreek's an offensive player. He's such a difference maker, Aqib. Like, how do you defend him? How would you defend him at the line of scrimmage? Can you get physical? What's the secret sauce to defend him?
Man, you got to get your hands on him. And to be honest, the type of speed he got and the everything that he brings to the table, he can catch short routes and catch and run. You could throw it up to him, he'd jump over your head like he Randy Moss, right? He got great ball skills. And on top of that, he's the fastest player in the NFL. So if you try to guard him by yourself, man, you have no chance, Colin. I promise you. I done been there. You have no chance to guard him by yourself. Only way to guard him is you have a corner on the line, put his hands on him, and give him help over the top. So I might got a better chance to guard him if I don't got to worry about him really running deep. And then, Andy Reid come into play, and he block guys up. And he running deep, and he double moved the deep guy. So, man, the Chiefs just hard to deal with because Patrick Mahomes could throw the ball 60 yards, 70 yards downfield. So a normal quarterback he don't bring that to the table, Colin. So it's easy to double guys when the quarterback can't throw the ball that far. But if the quarterback can throw the ball that far, now that it's really one-on-one between Tyreek Hill and the safety. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it presents a whole nother problem that a lot of people can't do it except for the Chiefs.
I mean, one of the few people to give Belichick problems was Andy Reid. You faced his offense before. It's multiple. There's bubble screens. There's multiple sets. Did you find, was Andy's offense more for you, Aqib, a challenge than other offenses?
Always. He just finds so many ways to attack you, and he changed up his tempo, and he give you so much window dressing meaning a motion this way, a bunch of guys going this way, and the play going this way. So it's always a lot of smoke and mirrors or whatever. So he is the curve. I feel like Andy Reid is the curve of the new wave of the offense, man. Andy Reid started bringing the RPOs and stuff to the NFL. And then other teams started doing it, man. So Andy Reid is the curve of the NFL, man. And he is the offensive genius of our league, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Kansas City, to me, is a more refined version of Buffalo. The reason Buffalo didn't host this game, because they lost at home to the Steelers, because they lost to the Jags. they were more inconsistent. Their high end is every bit as good as the Chiefs. If you were running the Bills, what do they need? Because they have a pass rush, they got a playmaker. Is there anything? What is it? Or is it just like wine? They just need aging. They need another year.
They just need. You know what they need, Colin? They just need the ball last. if Josh Allen would have had 13 seconds, the Chiefs would have guarded the sideline. Josh Allen would have did the same thing. This throw. Then another throw, timeout. They put him in a crazy situation to have 3 timeouts. So, man, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, that's the future of our league. We're going to see a lot of these guys. Joe Burrow, he in the mix. Man, the NFL is in great hands, Colin. We got great quarterbacks. The Bills don't need nothing. They got Josh Allen. They just need the ball last.
Yeah. I want to talk about the Rams. You know Brady well. You know a lot of guys on that Rams team. I thought it was really interesting. Much like Honey Badger compromised the secondary of the Chiefs. Well, Tampa went into that game. Wirfs is banged up. Donovan Smith didn't play well. And I thought Aaron Donald completely controlled the first half line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. And for me anyway, I really felt, even though the Buccaneers tightened it up at the end, there was something about that game, Aqib, and you've been in games like this. I thought their game plan was better for the Rams. I thought they were healthier. I thought they had more juice. I thought Tampa was flat. I thought the coaching was a little smarter. When I watched that game, I honestly felt, despite the last quarter, I felt the Rams were a better team. Coaching, protection, coverage. That was my takeaway.
Everything.
I just felt they had more juice.
I did too. The Rams, the Bucks definitely came out flat. They came out flat. The Rams definitely came out with more juice. They had a great first 15, a way to come down the field and get this thing going. So it was. I agree with you, Colin, man. Overall, better performance by the Rams, man. It was key situations where plays need to be made. Y'all double team Aaron Donald. Von Miller came to life tonight. You know what I'm saying? He made a bunch of plays, man, and it was times where you double team Cooper Kupp, roll to safety, you kind of double team Odell and Cooper Kupp. Van Joseph came to life. You know what I'm saying? Van Jefferson, he made plays late in the game in the fourth quarter and created first downs for them guys. So special teams came to life. Everybody was on deck for the Rams. I don't know if it was on deck for the Bucks. Tom Brady was there. So anytime you got Tom Brady, you see like Winfield Jr. did at the end, he gonna scratch and claw all the way to the end because he know he got Tom Brady. We always got a chance. So with Tom Brady, you always got a chance. But I think more guys made plays for the Rams than they did for the Bucks.
What do you make of the Rams culture that Von Miller and OBJ, last week it was OBJ, this week Von Miller, that guys can come in, they learn the system, they play pressure-free football. Like Von Miller is better than I thought he would be.
Yes.
I mean, they both are. I'll be honest with you. OBJ had the drops in Cleveland. I was like, dude, he has lost his confidence. What is it about the Rams culture that you can bring a veteran in 3 weeks later? You feel like they've been there for 4 years. They know the system. They make the plays.
I gotta give some of that credit to Sean, man. Sean just make you feel super comfortable when you come there. He real direct on what he expect from you, and he remind me a lot of Bill when it comes to his message. When you sit in front of him, man, what I expect from you, this how we gonna use you. He real honest. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that is due to Sean, man. Just how he treat the players, how he run his building, man. You just gonna be super comfortable. He treat you like a pro. He treat you like a grown man. You don't like micromanage, and you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that, how guys are so comfortable, how guys are, you can get in the system and get into the flow of things easy, is how Sean run that building.
You always told me about Belichick. You always said you've said that twice to me. He treated you like a grown man. Explain exactly what that is.
I mean, it's not a lot of rules. It's just clear, man. It's clear. It's not like, I'm not going to really police you. You know what to do. He just let you do it. You know what I'm saying? He give you great directions, and it's up to you to follow those directions. You know what I'm saying? So long as everybody follow those directions, the building is ran a certain way. You know what I'm saying? There's no leeway when it comes to whatever your last name is. There's no leeway. It don't matter who you are. Everybody got these certain 3 rules. They're not crazy, right? Everybody agree these rules is cool. everybody agree, and we just live by those few rules, man. That's a lot how both of those guys run that building. And yeah, you just could be a pro. I've been in situations where guys got 1,000 rules, and you're like, man, we can't even talk about football. All we talking about is coach rules all day. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on the other side of that. So, man, that means a lot.
How do you explain Cooper Kupp? I mean, he is not only putting up numbers, Aqib, he is open for 3.5 hours every Sunday. How do you explain the routes?
It's sneaky movement, man. Guys don't understand. At the top of routes, Cooper Kupp is second to none. He'll wiggle sometimes and give you some work sometimes. Sometimes he speed break out these routes. Man, for the game, you see he made my dog fall. He put him on the ground. It's sneaky movement. I promise you. I lined up in front of this guy, man. He got some of the best top of the route movement that I ever seen.
So when you say top of the route movement, so he's 12 yards down the field and he's just manipulating you.
And it's time to break. It ain't got to be 12 yards. It could be 6 yards downfield, and it's time to break. When it's time for him to break, he got 3 or 4 moves, and guys never know what he's doing. You don't know if he's going to just cut straight into the break, or if he's going to hit you with the double or the triple, or, man, he got moves out the gate, man. Me and Marcus Peters need to sit down and, like, really give y'all a show about it. Because we got to see it firsthand, and it's second to none. I promise you, man. I promise you, it's top in the league.
All right, so let's go to Saturday night. I do want to address Garoppolo and Aaron Rodgers. I've said this before about Aaron Rodgers. A lot of guys in this league have talent. Not a lot of guys are great leaders. Derek Jeter was a great leader. I always thought A-Rod was just a great talent, but there was something about Jeter that he was one of the guys and a leader. Like there was a clutch component. There was a relatability to him. And I do think Aaron, like, here's my big criticism. He's had this receiving core for about 4 years. He doesn't trust anybody beyond Davante Adams, and you can sense it. You can sense the Niners. The Niners know it. They don't. They know it, and so they give him bits and pieces of Davante Adams. But I feel like with Brady, look at Stafford. Stafford gets OBJ. He had a great relationship with Woods, Higbee, Kupp, Van Jefferson. 2 weeks into OBJ, they clearly have a relationship. Aaron's had 4 dudes for 4 years. He doesn't throw to anybody in crisis. Isn't that at some point? I mean, hell, Brady made everybody work. Edelman was a college quarterback. I feel like Aaron sometimes, he gets loyal to his guys, and that's who he's throwing to in big spots. And I think defenses can sense that.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But at the same time, Colin, Davante is one of them unguardable guys. So he the same. If you try to guard him with a man with a safety over top, he just run all underneath routes, and the man under can't even guard him. Like, you can't stay with me to guard me underneath. And we don't even go up top. We just run all underneath stuff because the guy can't guard him. So, and then when you play in zone, Davante's so smart in zone coverage, he always going to be open, and they got a great rapport, those two guys. So I can't blame him for throwing it to Davante all the time. Man or zone, I'm going to Davante. That's what I do too. That's what type of talent he is in the NFL. So I think it was one time he should have went to somebody else, and that was on the last play, probably his last throw, when he threw it deep to Davante. He had a guy right in the middle of the field open. That's about the only time he should have threw it to somebody else. Besides that, I'm looking at Davante too, man. I can't blame him.
Do you, is part of the loss for Aaron and the Packers that the Niners front defensively is back and healthy, and that Armstead is playing and Bosa's playing, DJ Johnston? A lot of this to me was not that they had to shorten their routes, but anytime you make a quarterback throw it a half step quicker, I kind of felt like I felt Tom Brady, especially in the first half, and Aaron Rodgers in the second half. I just felt their rhythm was off a little. He was checking down a little more than he was comfortable with. Now, some of this, it's hard to get into a rhythm when it's 0 degrees. Yeah. But I felt Aaron, Aqib, looked uncomfortable.
Definitely.
More than in the second half. He looked uncomfortable.
It's hard to get in the rhythm when you got Bosa and guys, Armstead, when you got guys rushing you like that. So when you got pressure on you, that's what make it hard to get in the rhythm, man. So, the receiver's going to be a step slower. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's 0 degrees, like you said. So, man, that's part of it. It's the pressure is what makes you hard to get in the rhythm. We're on both sides. That's why Tom couldn't get in the rhythm. That's why A-Rod couldn't get in the rhythm, because both of them had great pressure on them all day.
Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times. Aqib, because you played at Kansas. Mm-hmm. There are times you won a game at Kansas and you didn't have as good of players. I think Tennessee's got more good players. I just think Burrow's special. I think he's a unique. And it's funny, Aqib, he doesn't have the biggest arm. He's not the most mobile guy. He got sacked a ton. When you watch him, what do you see?
Man, when I see the Bengals team, it's funny you said Kansas. They just remind me of that Kansas team. It's just like a quarterback who got more confidence than anybody else on the field. I thought I was a confidence guy. I was like the Jamar Chase of our team, right? I thought I was a confident guy. Like Jamar Chase, I can't be stopped. And you would think he the most confident guy, but no, it's another guy on the team who got more confidence than Jamar Chase and who had more confidence than Aqib Talib, and that was Tyrese, and that's Joe Burrow, man. Them guys is so infectious throughout the locker room, man. If a regular guy like myself who bleed confidence, I'm going to take a 7 to an 8. Guy like Joe Burrow and Tyrese took 7s to 10s, man. They cranked them all the way up, man. So Joe Burrow is going to be something to deal with in our league, and it start with how he feel before the game, because you hear him say it all the time. This game is whatever percent they want to say mental, they always got a percentage on it. This game is a whole lot of percent mental, right? Joe Burrow probably got the best mental out of all the quarterbacks in our NFL. And in our game right now, I say Joe Burrow got the best mental out of all these guys.
So they'll be an underdog to Kansas City, and then they would be an underdog if they beat them to the Rams and probably San Francisco. Did you ever go into a playoff space where you were the underdog, and did it free you up a little bit emotionally?
I think I have been in playoff games where we was the underdog, and either way, man, I've been the favorite. I've been the underdog. It's coming out. Your coach gonna find a way to make you feel like you the underdog, or whatever floats y'all boat. If y'all need to be loved on and y'all need to feel like y'all the favorite, your coach gonna do that. If y'all need to feel like y'all the underdog, your coach gonna find something to do that. So it don't matter. It don't matter what the point spread say. Your coach gonna have you feeling a certain way. And if you the favorite, if you the underdog, man, that game is gonna be moving fast as hell, Colin. And you better be ready to go. It ain't really gonna matter. Your preparation gonna be the same either way.
Take me to the last conference championship game you were in and the intensity of it.
Man, the last conference championship game I was in was against the Saints, and it came all the way down to a pass interference or a not pass interference, and it was no mistakes. I mean, when we made a mistake, Tom Brady found it. Boom. Drew Brees found it. Boom. And it was like, we knew exactly what it was. You don't even have to watch tape after this game. It was like, it was magnified, you know what I'm saying, to that extent. Soon as you make a mistake, we knew it. Drew Brees knew it. He hit it. And we didn't make too many mistakes, but when we did, he always found it. And the speed just crank up a level, and that championship week, man, it's about the same level as Super Bowl week.
It is. The media.
As far as how the game is played, you're going to get the same intensity. You're going to get the same level of preparation as that Super Bowl week.
I think throughout the course of the weekend, I thought we criticized, it was funny, we talked about COVID all year, and yet COVID essentially has disappeared the last 3 weeks. NFL hasn't talked about it.
No test.
Disappeared.
Just don't test.
And then I thought the officiating mostly this weekend was pretty good. There was a lot of replays. The refs were almost always right, or they corrected it. I do feel like, I've always felt this in the NBA too, Aqib. When you get to conference championships in the Super Bowl, referees are going to let you play a little bit more. Remember that Saints-Rams game?
Definitely.
They're going to swallow the whistle. They're going to let you make up. That's what it feels like to me as a consumer of football. There's something about conference championship. The refs let guys play.
Definitely. They make wideouts really win their roster. If you win and I lose and I got to reach out and grab you and hold you, they're going to throw their flag. But if it's close and I look like I'm in good position and I use some hands, they always going to let you play. So I agree with you, man. The further you get, even in the Super Bowl, the further you get towards that championship, the refs going to let you play. They're going to try not to dictate the game as much. You know what I'm saying? So at least with me, it always worked. Maybe not for the Saints. They might not like it, but for us, it worked on our side.
All right. Great seeing you, my man. 12 years in the NFL. Going to get a lot of Hall of Fame votes. Aqib Talib, multiple-time Pro Bowler. He's great at the Volume Sports. What a freaking weekend.
Man, I tweeted, I love football, man. I just love being a fan right now, Colin. It's amazing. It's amazing, man. I love this game. My kids love it. I love to be a part of it. I'm glad I can be a part of it.
By the way, as you were watching some of your friends play, do you watch it and think, do you miss it, or do you think, this is making me nervous, I'm glad I'm out?
Well, I kind of just glad I'm out. I'm doing great financially, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just enjoying being a fan, man. I like rooting for Von, rooting for Tom. It's just, I like to see them guys, man. See them guys go out on a high note.
All right, Brady, great seeing you.
Appreciate it, Colin.